Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in. I'm George Conley with Scratch Golf Tips, and today we're going to be talking about one of the most frustrating shots in golf, the plugged bunker shot. Now in this video, we're just going to be breaking down 3 main tips that can help you get out of these difficult positions around the greens more effectively and much more consistently. Now the first tip for getting out of these plugged bunker shots is to square your club face. Now I know that this does go against some of the preconceived notions about bunker shots, especially if you're going to hit a high, splash or flop shot. You're going to want to have a nice open club face and swing across the ball, slap down into the sand and see the ball pop up. We don't really have that luxury when we have a plugged bunker shot, because the reason that we would have the club face open is to slide under the ball and use the bounce to skim the sand right under the ball. There is no, we can't get that deep when the ball is plugged in the sand. So instead of having it nice and open, we want to have it nice and square. Obviously you can't ground the club, but keep it right behind the ball, square, and then we're going to commit to the shot through impact with that square club face at address. It's always important to get the setup down before we go through the fundamentals of the actual shot, because a great setup is going to set you up for a good performing shot. Now, real quick, before we get into the second tip, just want a quick reminder, if you're enjoying the content from this account, you can go back and you can watch all of our other golf content. And if you want to see future uploads, we have a lot of uploads coming up in the near future, a lot of great stuff to help your 2023 go great on the golf course. Feel free to subscribe to the channel and turn on post notifications. We really appreciate all the support we've seen in the past few weeks. Now, the second tip that I have to get out of plugged bunker lies around the greens is another tip regarding to the setup, something that will be slightly tweaking from a standard bunker shot, and that is we're going to want a much firmer grip on the golf club. Now, the reasoning that we're going to want a firmer grip on the golf club is because through impact, there's going to be a more aggressive stabbing swing, and we're going to need to navigate much more sand through impact, so there's going to be a lot of resistance to your club at impact. With a standard grip or even a lighter grip, your club face could be maneuvered in ways that you don't want it to be maneuvered through impact because of that sand resistance. So just by having a nice firm grip, you're maintaining that position through the entirety of impact and you're keeping your swing intact. So just having a firm grip on the club will allow you to have a lot more control over the shots. It is important not to have a very aggressive, you don't want to be really squeezing that club. You need to still have some fluidity, but be sure to be firm with your grip on the club. So those previous tips were just simple setup tips that you can pretty easily implement. They might take a little while just to get comfortable over the ball, but this next tip is regarding the actual swing at the ball when you're faced with a plugged lie in the bunker. The number one issue that so many amateurs have is they'll just swing at the ball fairly normally as they would any other shot, and they'll usually just chunk the ball a few inches forward and it'll go right back in the bunker. You probably won't be plugged, but you'll still be in the bunker, which is not a very successful attempt in my book. So what we want to do is have one word in mind, and that is aggressive. We want to be aggressive at this ball. Now, generally when I say aggressive with a full swing, a full swing with a driver and iron, that means having full rotation and a full rotation through the ball, nice complete backswing, great balance. That isn't necessarily the case for these plugged bunker shots. We're actually not going to have a full swing because you're stabbing your club into the ground, into the sand. You might be able to get a little bit past impact, but the point is just to hit a bunch of sand, and that's the only way to get the ball out of the sand because it's already located inside of the sand, halfway under the equator might be at the sand. So be aggressive and do not be afraid of the low finish. A lot of people are fairly wary of the low finish out of bunker shots, which I understand, but when we're talking about plugged bunker shots, you're gonna have to finish low anyway because there's just so much resistance. So be aggressive, accelerate through impact. There's gonna be no good in this shot if you're not able to be aggressive and accelerating through impact and have that low finish. Like the high majority of things that I talk about on this channel, it is important to practice this. So practice really smacking the sand. Some people, this is a generalization, but some people like to be 3 inches behind the ball as opposed to 2 inches on a standard shot. So practice how far behind the ball you want to be hitting the sand. This is definitely different for plug shots as it would be with any other standard bunker shot. I'd love to hear your thoughts on the plugged bunker shots, how you like to approach approach it. If there's anything in this video that I brought up that is helpful or not helpful, please let me know all your thoughts in the comment section down below. As mentioned earlier, if you'd like to see more content from the Scratch Golf Tips channel, feel free to hit the subscribe button. Also, it would be very appreciated if you liked this video, because that does two things. One, it shows me that you're enjoying the content that we're putting out, which helps me direct what type of content we are putting out in the future. And two, it helps YouTube show this type of content to more people who might also find it helpful. I appreciate all the support. Thank you all very much for watching. Play well and take care.